120% of the tabs or musical notation there on Paco de Lucia's music around are not very reliable. Most of them will be 50-50, so are not reliable at all. Why? Because people who do not play made those transcriptions. To transcribe a piece or a falseta or anything in Paco's music, you need to play the stuff actually. If you can play it, then you can transcribe it, you can write it down. So I play something, then I test it that this is exactly this thing with the album or with the material, with the recorded thing. Say with the album, you play the falseta, play it with the album, cloning it. Just like watch the description of the other video about cloning falsetas. And then once I played it, then I make sure that this is same, then I can write it and this is accurate. Those are the tabs that I provide to my students, some tabs, which may be needed just as a matter of memory thing. We don't need so much tabs also actually, because tabs doesn't mean one thing. Either tab or traditional musical notation will not make you play. So generally only help to make people more confused about the thing. And I will tell you one anecdote very interesting. That's why Paco never made a DVD of tutorial thing, or like, you know, other artists like Aldimeola or others guys got videos in which they show something or teach, because Paco never thought that one can learn that way flamenco. He thought that the way of learning is with a teacher directly, right? Because this is not classical music again here. And even if you have a tab, suppose you have a partiture or a tab with the notation, and is this here. keyboard. So how you will play that unless you play the technique already is useless, even if I can write it properly. And many of the things like specific golpes, tappings, stuff, is very difficult. There is no notation even for those things. Like all these details in the contemporary style have no notation yet, standard notation, because this is a very new thing. So several problems here we will face with these writing things, but just as a matter of fact, we also use some tabs there, which I transcribe because I play the material, I verify the material is right with the album, and then I can write it down, and then you read that, then I verify what you are playing, that you are playing the right way, and then that's good. That's a good use of the tab. Otherwise, these tab things, it's just not good. In fact, watch the description of this video because I explained this tab mysterious thing of the tab. It's a taboo stuff. This everybody says, give me the tab, but the tab will not make you play, while following a proper study program will do. That will make you play, actually. I haven't seen one transcription by anyone that you can say, here is the page, this is how it's written, this guy wrote this, and this is how he played it, and this is the album here. And then people go transcription over transcription from who knows who do not play. You have not seen him playing, actually. So this is the thing. And that's why this anecdote here, that one day Paco invited a friend because of this idea. His brother passed away, had this idea to publish some books and this with the traditional notation of his pieces. So Paco was very reluctant to this project, but anyway he gave them the permission to do it. And then one day he invited a friend who also assisted him with the Concierto de Aranjuez thing that he played by ear, actually. Imagine what a genius was. But for some passages or stuff, he needed some assistance there, and then he called a friend who is a learned man, very good reader, reading music, and then to assist him. So he invited this guy and said, look, these people just published this book with my pieces. Can you please read it, just to see what comes out? And then he started reading it, and Paco said, are you sure you are reading this right? And then he said, yeah, this is what is written. And Paco said, this is not that way. I never composed it that way. I will read another. And then he keeps saying that, are you sure you are reading this right? Because he was very upset for this thing, because in fact, writing properly a piece, it implies that you know the material. You have to play it, and then the partiture or the tab will come right. But if you just read any tab from anyone in internet or anything, how do you know those are the notes, the proper notes? And this is just step one of the process. So have the notes. Therefore, no transcription. You have to doubt a lot on any transcription you see, and have an expert there to verify if things are right or not. Otherwise, you are playing the wrong notes or wrong fingerings or the wrong way, right? So all these things matter. But anyway, tabs does not do miracles, and the study program do the miracle, really, because that's about you. So tabs are about what to play, and real method and real playing, learning from the teacher, is about you and assimilating the whole process of music, imbibing this music, and then be able to play it out. So this is the answer regarding these things about why the transcriptions, many of the transcriptions are not reliable. But there is a way to get the right thing, and here we have this in CFG. Thank you, and I see you next time.